Welcome in, everyone, to episode 80 of the Battlecats podcast. I'm your host, Caleb Peng, joined by my co-host, Speediest Chief 2.
What's up, Caleb? It's good to be back, dude. It's a new year, man. New year, new us, or the same
New
us? What do you think?
year. Well, same us because you still have the beard, but that one is on me this time around because our recording is pushed back a little later than usual, which means you couldn't do the beard stream. Did you get any DMs? Because I know some people, we did announce when the beard stream was supposed to be in, and they might be like, wait, I thought it was
I
supposed
got
to happen
a.
today.
I didn't even get a DM. I got a personal text message from our
Oh.
friend Ryan Colgrove. He was like, "Am I crazy or am I missing the stream? The stream's supposed to start an hour ago, right?" I'm like, "Man,
Yeah, but it's that one's on me, but it will happen
nah."
tomorrow. What time tomorrow?
Let's say same time, 6 p.m. Central.
6 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
So 6 p.m. Central, meaning that it's going to be roughly 4 hours after the release of this episode.
Ooh.
So if you're listening to this live, then and we're talking about this right off the bat, at least, right? So people have time to tune in. So
Yeah,
It should
exactly.
be good. It should be good. But another day with the beard. It's cherish it while you can. Cherish it while you can.
Yeah, man.
But how's the New Year's for you, by the way? I know you were just coming back, right? You've been traveling.
Yeah, no, New Year's was awesome. I spent New Year's and Christmas in Mexico City with my fiance Morita Pokemon. Man, it was great. It was very like low key.
Mhm.
I guess in Mexico, a lot of these events are very family oriented. You don't go out and have a big party, or you don't go to the bar and watch fireworks, anything like that. It was very much like stay at home, have a nice home cooked meal, and we did this pretty funny tradition. When the bell strikes midnight on New Year's Eve, there's a little bowl on the table when you set the table for dinner. And there are 12 grapes in each cup. So, for example, if you have 4 people, there are 4 cups of 12 grapes in each of them. And
Okay.
I didn't know this, right? So, like, when I sit down for dinner, I immediately like took a grape and ate it. And then my girlfriend and her aunt and her uncle were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing? Hold on,
Those are
hold on.
grapes.
They're grapes. They look good." I didn't know exactly what that meant.
12 is a lot too. I would think like that's like almost like a personal fruit bowl for each person.
Exactly. I thought it was a personal fruit bowl. So I eat one grape, and they said, "Okay, no. We have to wait until the end." And they get like another grape and put it back into my bowl. And the tradition is at midnight, you make 12 wishes for the year, and you're supposed to eat a
Oh.
grape for each wish. And you have 1 minute to eat all the 12 grapes. Otherwise, your wishes won't come true. So
No, dude, I'll eat
that's what
20 grapes in a minute if that's what it takes,
I know, right?
But
And these were, a lot of food in Mexico is like, locally made, or
Mhm.
is not overproduced. There's not a lot of preservatives. It's all very fresh. But these grapes, man, these are like some GMO super enhanced grapes. These things were huge. And by the
They're
end,
trying to
you're
slow
all
you
like,
down on
"Whoa,
these
what?"
wishes.
They're trying to slow me down, dude. You had to chew these things, man. It was a process.
Are you allowed to share what the wishes are, or is it like kind of like you shouldn't share?
It's kind of like a birthday. You're not supposed to say what the
Okay.
wishes are, but
Okay.
it's cool. It's cool.
I mean, there's one way to put this to the test if it really works or not. If you wish to keep your beard this year, then it's clear this grape thing clearly ain't going to work. I'm just
Well, yeah. I'm kind of wishing against fate there, right?
Yeah.
But
Remember
yeah.
when they like when we were younger, they said like at 11 you should make a wish, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so, did you ever do that as a kid?
Not really.
I didn't really believe or anything, right? But a lot of my friends back in the day did it. So I'd always tell them like it never works, and they're like, "What do you mean? Like, how do you know it doesn't work?" I was like, "Cause at 11:11, I always wish my homework would be done at 11:12, and it's never done by 11:12." Easiest way to prove it wrong,
Love it.
I was
Yeah.
like, if you can't even get my homework done, how you gonna expect like $1 billion or like a dream vacation, right? Like that ain't happening if you can't even get like 2 hours worth of homework done.
Dude, it
So
sounds like a setup for an episode of Mythbusters.
yeah, hire me. Hire me, Mitzvah. I'm in California already,
There you go.
That's my excuse for everything. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I did something pretty low key too. I just got Korean barbecue with some Pokemon Go friends.
Sure.
Liquid Ken and Lisa hosted as well, so it's nice. They didn't host the barbecue. We just went to Korean barbecue, but they planned everything, played some board games and stuff, and yeah, that was pretty much it. And then hang out with they had 2 dogs as well too, and one of them
Oh,
was
nice.
He's trying to get frisky with me. Let's just say that. He
Ooh,
was
dude,
yeah.
trying to be your New Year's kiss.
he's trying to be my New Year something else, but yeah, it didn't happen. Anyway, yeah, we are in 2023, so it's gonna be an exciting year. This is episode 80 as well, which is kind of cool. Starting
Yes.
off the year at an even number, even 80. What should we do for? We should think of something for episode 100. 100 is
Ooh.
wait, how many? That's 40 weeks away. That'll be close to the end of the year,
Yeah. It'd be
actually.
sometime in the fall, right?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we should do something. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Hmm.
What should we do?
Hmm. 100 episodes.
You think it's possible we could get into like do like a IRL podcast?
Oh,
You
dude,
know,
I'd love to do that.
like we do something like that. Maybe have some like guests IRL. We'll have to figure out the setup. Like we'll have to plan this months in advance, right?
Yeah.
That could be cool. That could be cool. Hey, everyone listening, go subscribe on our YouTube channel, right? We get 1,000, we could do partner on stuff, we get a little ad revenue, we could fund this trip for us, like we
Hmm.
could do
Hmm.
stuff. We could it could either be an IRL recording, either in like in California or Mississippi, or it could be an IRL recording on the moon, right? Just think, you gotta think, right? You gotta
On the
think big
moon.
here. Exactly. Dude, that'd be
Exactly.
no, I
Dude,
wouldn't want to go
I,
on the moon. I'd be freaked out. Would you?
I mean, if you think like flying in an airplane scary, just imagine flying in space
I'm
where
not
and
scared
it
of the airplane, but the space is a different thing because, like, well, the lack of gravity and like the speed and like
but
the
just a simple crack in
several.
the outside of your ship and the air just
Yeah.
leaks out and you're like, well, what now?
Mhm.
Dude,
Eating too, right? You ever
eating
see
stuff.
astronauts eat? Like
It
they'll
does not
like,
look fun.
well, even drinking water, they'll pour the water and like the water drops are like floating around. They're trying to like
Yeah.
they're trying to like gobble it up, right? Sorry if I was quiet on the audio recording. I was gobbling up water in the air.
Yeah, you missed seeing Caleb gobble, but no, it's it's I've heard it's like hanging upside down because gravity always forces your blood like down in your body,
Mhm.
but in space your blood like it distributes equally across your
Oh, I
body.
didn't even
So
think
it
about
feels
that.
like your head is like on pressure all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's some people are like, "Oh, I want to go to the moon. I want to be an
Yeah.
astronaut as a kid." I was never that kid. I was never
Yeah.
that kid. But
I'm looking here at the calendar. The 40th week of 2023 is October 2nd through the 8th.
okay. October 2nd through the 8th. Wow.
Yeah,
We got some time.
we do.
Around that time, we're already prepping to get some more Galarian Mass and Trevenants.
Oh,
or
yeah, here.
Phantoms. I still need a better rank one because it's been sunny. Dude, I was like trying to get a better rank Noctowl
Mhm.
for PvP, and it's almost always sunny here. It was freaking partly cloudy for like 2 of the days of the weeks. It wasn't partly cloudy on one day, so Celsius to get a snag a pretty good one. But I
Mhm.
was just like, dude, this is the worst time for it to be partly cloudy.
Dude,
But
you gotta get the hundo knocked out with the hat. Make it for Ultra League.
did you get one yet? I know you've been looking for it. You want me to
Not
save
not
you some? Do you want me to save you some to trade?
not the hundo with the hat, no. Oh,
No,
well,
no. Do you want me to
yeah,
save you
yeah,
some
yeah.
with a hat just to like trigger trigger a lucky maybe?
Yeah, sure. Let's trade him
Okay.
at the future regional or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. A future regional. A future
Yeah,
regional.
hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully soon because I can't store too many hoo-hoos.
I know,
But
man.
all right, we got some. Before we get into the topics here, like I said, we're going to start covering some questions or comments we get on the YouTube channel.
Mhm.
So if you haven't followed us on YouTube, just search the Battle Cats podcast. Cats with a Z. Well, it's Z for the S part, not for any other letters, right? Just in case you're confused. But
The Battle
uh,
Kazats.
because that's yeah, Zats, yeah. But yeah, so if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post it there. We'll try to read through most of them. We got one from Michael Davis. Marshmallows and sweet potatoes are indeed a thing.
Mhm,
Look, I
mhm.
mean, a lot of people have been telling me that this entire past week or so. So
It's real
I
life.
I get it. I get it. I still haven't had it, but I get it. I guess it's mostly a southern thing, right? And a lot of people said it's also typically something you eat during Thanksgiving, which makes sense too. Sweet potatoes on
Yes.
Thanksgiving sounds pretty appropriate.
Yes, correct.
David said, "Congrats, Speedy, on getting his first Shundo live. Great convo on the toxicity and esports in general." And then, question for you guys: what are your favorite music artists / go to songs or albums right now? Happy holidays. Thank you,
dude,
David.
dude.
You should take this.
That's a great question.
Uh-huh.
Mine, dude, mine. I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm reverting back to like my angsty punk rock
Uh-huh.
days when I was in like junior high, high school. I've been listening to a lot of Fallout Boy again.
What?
Yeah, dude, I'm such a turd.
He's also showing off the Shundle flex at the
Just
same time.
just a little bit, just a
Just a
little
little
bit.
bit. Just a little
I
bit.
started the best buddy process. Oh! No, it's regular.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, speaking of things with hats too, I really want to get that Shadow Raticate with a hat from a Rocket Stop. That's pretty
Really?
rare. It's rare.
A shadow radicate with a hat?
Yeah, you can only get it from it's like during this event. So we got a day and like a day left. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah, doing some normal stops. For the first time I'd be looking for them. Because I think it's
Right?
the second encounter. So the
Yes.
odds are already lower and then finding those stops are low. But
Mhm. But yeah, dude. For me right now, it's a lot of punk rock, a lot of Fall Out Boy, some Coheed and Cambria. I don't know. What about you? I don't even know what kind of music you're into, in
that's a
general.
great question. So I typically like
Yodeling,
more wait, what?
yodeling. You like yodeling music?
No, no. I dated someone that loved country
Oh,
music though, and no hate on country music. It's just it's not for me. But that was definitely something that was playing on my radio quite a bit when we were in the car together. I typically like more like indie stuff and
okay.
kind of alternative rock or some pop as well too. One of my
Okay.
first albums I ever got was Avril Lavigne's album. Yo, that was a
Yep.
banger. The
Oh
first
yeah.
one, the
Oh
first
yeah,
one.
dude.
Yeah, it was pretty
Hmm.
good. I like a little R&B rap here or there too. Depends on the mood. And then when I work out, I'm typically big into like EDM and house music. I don't listen to that for fun, but that's what I listen to when I work out and then when I PvP. Like if I'm in a remote tournament
Oh,
or like
okay.
in a factions match, whoever, I'm like jamming, you know. I'm throwing on some Alan Walker, we're playing, I'm like tapping to the beat, right? And then and if I 3-0 someone, right? I That's like my new favorite song
That's
for
the
the next
drop.
like few weeks. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Nice, dude.
So that's my wait. Let me. I got one story actually.
Go
One
ahead. Go ahead.
song that I was listening to a lot, and this one similar. I had it while I was PvPing, but it wasn't a EDM song actually, but it was pretty new at the time. It was called man. What is that song called? It was called. Well, anyway, go ahead. Say what you're going to say too while I'm looking for the song.
Oh, I was just gonna make a quick point about EDM. I remember being in college and like, of course, especially in grad school, lots of hours studying. But if I listen to music with lyrics, I consistently like tune into the lyrics and I keep listening to the words and I don't focus on what I'm actually trying to read or write or whatever. So I had to find music that was, solid, that was energetic, and also I could use to study. And I didn't listen to like movie tracks because a lot of movie tracks are a little boring, a little
Mhm.
slow. So I actually listened to EDM music starting in college, and I've always listened to it ever since. If you've ever been in my streams as well, I'm sure you noticed like a lot of my music in the background is all EDM. So
Dude,
I
you
vibe
got
with you
some
there.
banger playlists. I
Thanks,
always
man.
forget to ask. I'm like, can you send me that playlist? Because sometimes I'm listening to music. I'm watching your streams. I'm like Shazamming the whole time. I'm like, oh, I got Shazam this song too, right? I'm like holding up to the thing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't ever
man.
told you this.
No,
And you have some good ones. Marco has some interesting ones too.
dude, he's got some funny ones.
Yeah, he has some funny ones, but some of them are definitely bangers. And
Yes.
then Kaiser has
Oh
some
yeah.
really good songs too. And
Kaiser's on that synth pop wave.
dude, I love it.
His
A
is
lot of the
his is
songs that
good.
are on his, I've been like adding to my workout playlist too. All right, I found
Oh
the
yeah.
song. It's "Kiss Me More" by Doja Cat. This song
Oh, okay.
was came out around the time when it was the World Championships for Go Team Up, right? So the team format was for
Ah.
Go Stadium, and my team, the Cool Cats, were in the grand finals
Hmm.
against. At the time they're called like Chicago like Corn Dogs or something.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember.
they're not called Chicago Stars, but I was the first. It's 4v4, right? You face one person on the opposing team, and your other three teammates face other respective three members on their team, and I was the first one to battle. And the format for those that don't know is it's the total amount of wins collectively wins the series.
Yep.
And so it's not only like play 3 battles like per usual. You play 5 battles. So the mind games really come in because you have to face the same person 5 games in a row. That's like over half an hour of battles right there, right? And like you're all over the place. And the extra wrinkle in this format that I loved a lot is every time you face someone, you can double down,
Double
which
down.
means, let's say me and Speedy are opponents for a week. Me and my teammates will decide, like, hey, like, do we have a good team composition with Kayla's matchup or with this person, whatever. Let's say I'm like, oh, I'm feeling good. I think I have the best matchup here. Caleb has the best matchup. We're going to double down him, which means that every time I win, I get double the amount of points. So instead of getting up to 5 points, I get up to 10 points. And the thing is, the opposing team could do the same thing. Typically speaking, you're not going to double down the same person. If you do, some team messed up, right? Like someone
Yeah.
made a
Yeah.
misread on situation. I've been in that situation before, but it
It's
typically
weird.
it is weird. It's weird. I was a little overconfident because I was like, I still won 3-2, but it wasn't as clean of a match. So I was like, wow, they only got 2 things that beat my Bastion. Like I'm chilling, but it was a Registeel and a Azumarill, and they brought Registeel Azumarill every single game with Altari as a third. So I was just like,
Oh,
it was Altari, Reggie, Azumarill every time. Funny enough,
oh
that
no.
person that did that was the same opponent I had in the Go Team Up Grand Finals, and it was against Burnabus, and their team captain who chose to double down against me. So it was a very important matchup. I wasn't the double down for our team, but I was the one getting double down. So even though I'm not earning double points, I don't want to give up double the amount of points.
Of course. Of
Put on
course.
that jam, put on Kiss Me More by Doja Cat for the next 30 minutes. We battled. I went 4-1. That was great. That was great. It was 4-1 to start off, and then my teammate afterward, Airvel, who's now retired, unfortunately, he was our
Hmm.
double down, and he went 5-0.
Caravel.
Yeah, Caravel, yeah. He went 5-0. And then so literally
Ooh.
after just the two of us went, the series was over. Like we could have gone 0-5 for the next set of battles, for next 2 set of battles. Would have been fine. So I was feeling it. I was like, this is gonna be my song for a while. So I was listening to that Doja Cat for a hot minute. Hot minute.
Dude, I have to confess, I'm listening to it right now.
It's pretty good, right?
I'm trying to listen to you, right? Like,
Yeah.
no
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
disrespect, man.
No, I see you jamming too. I mean, imagine PvPing the whole time, right? Like, yeah, here's another win,
Oh,
right?
oh.
Bastion unlocked into Wigglytuff, no problem, right? Yeah, that was great. That was great. I had a
For
good
sure,
time.
for sure. Dude, I also love to look up popular songs, but as remixes, there are a few
Mhm.
different like DJs I really love to listen to that remix certain songs. Some songs can really be amplified and like I think made better in the remix, but
Yeah. Yo,
you're right.
I know like you have mixed thoughts on TikTok, but some of the TikTok songs, the remix songs are pretty good. Pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
we
speaking.
kind of loosely answered David's question, but I think you answered more clear than mine, and I haven't rambled too much about Doja Cat, so we'll just leave it there. Yeah,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say. Last thing I'll say about TikTok. I recently watched the Wednesday series, which I thought was actually very, very good on
I
Netflix.
haven't seen it yet, but
Oh,
it's
dude,
on my watch
I
list.
think
I saw you tweet about it, I think, the other
yeah,
day.
yeah. I feel like so many series right now, they try to bring a character back and they just really kind of like shovel on the nostalgia. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for example, if you look at Star Wars, there's so many callbacks. It's honestly a little bit annoying. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like its own story. But if you watch Wednesday, the nostalgia is like very measured. It's like teaspoons here and there. And it's almost like rewarding when you catch it. For
Okay.
example, the snaps, right? The
Mm-hmm.
two snaps, that comes into the show in like a very interesting way that you don't expect. But I was just gonna say, tying back to the music thing, sometimes the nostalgia is good, right? Like the Doja Cat song, like the Fall Out Boy from my junior high, high school days, that always like gets the vibes going. So maybe you need some of that to start off the new year.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it. For those that don't know, Wednesday is about Wednesday Adams, part of the Adams family, correct? I've only
Correct.
seen like the TikTok dance like 1,000 times, so they're like, you
But
know,
that version, dude, it doesn't do it justice. Her dance is like
uh,
so good.
my biggest missed opportunity is the best video of like a TikTok dance of that Wednesday Adams dance was someone using their cat doing the dance.
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
dang, that's genius. I should have done that. I always thought in the back of my mind too. I've been thinking about this for like years to do TikTok videos of my cats doing the popular TikTok dances because
Well,
they're usually
yeah,
like girls and like some guys sometimes doing it. But I was like,
dude.
how much better would it be if it's just my cat doing TikTok
Dude,
dances?
you would just farm views. Literally, just
I
you're
should
you,
I should
you're
just
now
get
a
on this.
farmer.
I should get on this. I should get on this. The moment I saw the Wednesday Addams thing, I'm like, Man, I've been thinking about this for years. I should just do it. Yo, Cranberry, where you at, girl?
Yeah, right.
Go
It's
put you
like
to use.
another nostalgic throwback. You be playing Farmville if you did that.
I never played Farmville, but I
Oh,
get you. I get
damn
you.
it.
A lot of people did play Farmville. I played Zombie Farm.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, it's
close
like
enough.
yeah. But then my iTouch got stolen, so I stopped playing it. Yeah,
Darn it.
but that's all good. It's all good. Don't leave your North Face jacket hanging on a chair in the cafeteria.
Yes,
Lesson
good
learned.
advice.
Lesson learned. That's one of those things I always want to do is when someone steals one of my things, I wish I could go back in time and like hide in a corner, see who did it. You know, it was
Dude,
just
I
like one of those
know.
black North Face jackets back in the 2000s.
Oh, dude, yes.
Everyone had those, like 2010,
Everybody.
2011. Everyone had the black North Face jacket, right?
Everybody, dude.
Especially on college campus. So I
Yes,
just want,
you needed to show up wearing North
mhm,
Face.
I just want to hide
Yeah,
in a corner and like tackle them or something. Go back in
dude.
time.
I remember I don't think it ever became big, but I remember this one company made like the anti North Face and they called it the South Butt.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It didn't go very far.
I don't think so. I haven't heard of them in a long time. Let's see if they
Uh,
still exist.
North Face and Uggs. That was like the thing. I didn't wear Uggs, but like
Yeah.
for women, they were like Uggs and North Face was like huge in my high school and parts of college too. College, I don't think a lot of people wore Uggs, but there was a lot of North Face for sure.
Oh, so they opened in 2007 and they went out of business in 2011. So
Oh, that's not too bad. 4 years, right? But I mean,
4
yeah,
years.
yeah, it's a little. I mean, that's a little tough to sell too. I mean, you're essentially like making it obvious that you're this is a bootleg. So
Exactly, yeah. And you're like making fun of a big customer segment too. So
yeah, yeah. But anyway, thank you for the question, David. Throssell's got a comment. Now that we finally have a date for the beard shaving stream, it's time to figure out a date for the Bastion stream. That's true. You still got to
that's
play a
right.
whole set of Bastion.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Maybe go Balde. Do the entire go Balde with Bastion.
Dude.
It might convert you. It might
That
convert
would
you.
be huge punishment there. Come on.
Forno says, I definitely feel the marshmallows on sweet potatoes is a southern dish for sure. It was always at my family holiday dinner table. Yeah, I guess.
Hmm.
There were a couple of people that definitely didn't hear about it as well, right? I think, but the
Yeah.
people that have had it were way more vocal. I posted on Twitter. I posted on, well, on obviously on the YouTube for the podcast, but then also TikTok and Instagram, and they all
Yeah.
got a lot of comments.
It's like people who wear North Face, man. They got to tell you about it. If you've ever had the sweet potatoes with marshmallows, they gotta yell it in your face, right?
That's fair. That's fair. Omniaki says, "Love the Warcraft 3 throwback. Still a game I go back to. Still a game you go back to. That's kind of wild.
Dude.
I don't know if people are still playing. It's like maybe single player and stuff. I was so bad at the real time strategy stuff though.
Yeah.
You played it. Do you ever play StarCraft?
No, my dad got me a copy when I was a
Mhm.
kid, but I never like actually installed it and played it, but I know
I
it's
gotcha.
great.
Yeah, it's kind of like Warcraft, where like you build a base and everything. But I'd be like
Mhm.
slowly build my stuff, and then like 2 minutes later, they just roll up with like all the stuff. I was like, "What the
It's
heck did this come
it's
from?"
all about speed. It's all
Dude,
about
the
speed.
macro, it's just like
Yeah.
you're like running everything while still like microing your units around is wild.
Yeah. There's
It's
like a
wild.
whole calculation. Like if you're trying to build a home base and you're collecting resources, like by the time you get like 120 resources, instead of doing this, you're supposed to do that because then it optimizes your next flow over to this. And it's like so
Hmm.
complicated with the early builds.
Yeah, no, definitely. A Christopher says, I think the cutest Pokemon caster is Caleb Peng.
There
Yeah.
it is.
So now you know my alt account on YouTube's name. I'm just kidding. Thanks, A Christopher. Also said, love y'all's podcast. I listened to it while playing Unite. Thanks for the content. Yo, speaking of Unite too, they released Dragapults.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Dude.
I've been
It's not nearly as scary to face, I think, than when I faced you in VGC the first time. But I will
uh,
say it has this like move where it like spins around and stuff, and
Dragon Dance.
you could go, yeah, Dragon Dance. You could go off the map. So like they're trying to target you, and you're like just off the map, still hitting them.
Dude, I was
It's
watching a
pretty wild.
clip that Chris Heroes posted on Twitter
I
where
think I
he
saw the
was
same
like,
one. It was a bottom
yeah,
Reggie, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly what I'm
yeah,
referencing.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was low HP and he just goes off the map and just keeps on auto attacking. I'm like, dude,
It was
hacks.
wild. It was wild. But it's been good. Cinderace has made a return to in utilities, so I've been
Oh,
just loving
nice.
it. I'll just Cinder all day, baby.
Are you team red or team blue?
What do you mean, Team Red or Team Blue? Like,
there's like a new feature in the game where you get to choose your team, red or blue. It's like this
oh, I wait,
global team
how
fight
new
type
is this
thing.
feature? Like yesterday?
This
Because I haven't.
like 3 or 4 days ago.
Oh, I guess I haven't played in. No, I thought I played. When did I play? I played. I played on like New Year's Eve, I think.
Okay.
So it must have happened
Uh,
afterward. Well, you know
yeah.
me, I picked Team Red for sure, but you picked Blue,
Uh,
didn't you?
I haven't chosen yet, but I will pick blue, yeah.
Uh, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. You're Gary Oak. I'm Ash Ketchum here.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, yeah. 8ship5 says, "Do you watch the anime slash keep up to date with it, or have a favorite series?" I have not caught up with the main series, but it is a little sad that Ash Ketchum is like this is gonna be the last season with Ash. The thing is, the thing that I didn't like about the show is that he never aged, right? So it felt like it was just like they would just constantly be in like it felt like Groundhog's Day, right? He gets some new Pokemon, meets some new friends, then he ditches the new friends and new Pokemon, except for Pikachu, right? He'd have like the
Yeah.
most broken stuff. He had like a Charizard and I don't know. Then he had like a Primeape or something. He had a lot of strong
Yeah.
stuff, and then he's like, I'm just gonna throw you off at this island or put you in the Pokemon Center. I'll come back for
Uh,
you in like someday. And it's like 20 years later, and that Charizard's still on that random island, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but he's never ages. So I like things with continuity and stuff. There is, but just the lack of aging is kind of weird. But at the same time, getting rid of Ash Ketchum is also I do feel a little sad about that. But I
Yeah.
haven't caught up. I haven't been caught up. I haven't been watching since like Johto, I think.
So I have a question for you, Caleb. Then how do you feel about sitcom shows like
I hate them.
Friends,
I
The
hate them.
Office? Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not. I mean, hate's probably a strong word, but I hate them. Yeah, it's just the lack of continuity is like I love overarching stuff, so that's why I love things like, people can say what they want, but like Lost, right? They build on right
There's
big plotline
progress.
shows, right? Like Game of Thrones. They don't have to be serious stuff, but they have to build on top of each other,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've kind of okay, I used to feel the exact same way as you do. I used to hate those shows where it felt like, you knew how the episode was gonna end, right? Because it starts,
Mhm,
right, with some kind of setup or an issue, and then they try to solve it, and then there's another setback, and then they finally get the resolution, and then at the end, it's kinda like setting the table again for dinner, like, everything is set up exactly the same way as it
mhm,
was when you started, and then you just, like, hit the reset button. It used to really frustrate the hell out of me that there was just no progression. There was no like growth. It just felt like, okay, we know how it's going to end. So there's no stakes. There's nothing like interesting about this show.
mhm.
Right. I used to feel that way a lot. I don't know exactly when I had like a small shift, but it still does bother me from time to time. But I can now watch like a couple shows like for like Friends in The Office. I can watch those without getting like actively angry. But in the past, it used to like really frustrate
You
me.
used to get angry, angry. Oh wow.
Oh, no, I was just like, "Man, this is stupid. I don't wanna waste my time because 'cause they're just gonna reset to the next episode, it doesn't matter."
Do you watch any anime?
So I'm not super active watching anime, but I do follow along with a few series. As cheesy as it is, I do follow along still with Dragon Ball Super and with, Naruto. Well, I guess Boruto now.
Wait, what do you mean
Um
by you follow along? Like you watch or you just like read like the wiki synopsis or something?
No, so a lot of those, I guess, both of them, in those cases, the manga is ahead of the anime.
Mhm,
So, I get on an app called Quora.
mhm.
Quora is like a place where people answer questions. I used to read it because it was like high level answers to really good questions. Like if you wanted to know questions
It
about
was high
space
level
travel,
questions? Oh, I
yeah,
I
like if
thought
you
it was
want to
just like
know,
random people answering.
well, it's supposed to be like people with authority, right? So like if you ask a
Yeah.
question about space, like if there's an astronaut or an astrophysicist on the platform, they're the ones that like answer, get
Okay.
upvoted, so you get like quality answers. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is like people ask questions about the series, and then other like anime fans will come in and like answer it. I like reading like versus stuff, like who would win in a fight if they
Mhm.
never fought in the anime, but if they ever fought, who would actually win? It was like stuff like that's cool to me.
Oh, but you
But
didn't
yeah,
keep up with the actual anime?
I'm kind of keeping up with it indirectly. Like I'll get snippets here and there.
Yeah.
Like
Dragon Ball
there's
Super
always,
is done too, so
is
you
it
could
done?
there. Yeah, yeah, it's done. It's outside of a movie here or there. but it's done. The
Well,
series itself is done.
well, it's
It's pretty
coming
good.
back.
It wasn't bad. It's coming
Yeah,
back.
it's coming back. They
Is it
they've
still
had
called
like
Super?
yeah, they've had like 3 more arcs. There's like a Granola arc and Moro arc, and like 2 or 3 other like enemies that they've had to fight, but only in the manga so far. And the anime is coming back soon.
The anime is coming back, huh?
Yeah,
Interesting. Interesting.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well,
It's
we'll
just
see
been
on
on a
that.
break.
But like they literally like wrapped it up. I feel like I don't know.
Well, they
Anyways,
finished the Tournament of Power, right?
yeah.
But then after that, like the series continued, and I think what the manga likes to do is it likes to get ahead by
Mhm.
a certain amount, and then they will release the anime because then they actually have like a storyline to animate everything like that.
See, that's I would probably like the Pokemon anime more if it was something like this, where like Goku, or whoever gets older, right, and he has kids and he does blah blah blah, right? Like Ash
Yeah,
Ketchum, like I don't understand, like you're progressing but not real. It's like it's so weird. I like there's not a lot of other storylines like that, right? Where the main character just does not age. No one ages really, right? His mom is the same age too, right? His
yeah,
mom's not like
true.
80 years old all of a sudden, right?
Well, dude, if every day is an adventure and there are 365 days in the year, then how many episodes can you make?
Dude, I don't know. That
It's been
that,
20 years.
that Charmander skipped like Charmeleon altogether. It was Charmeleon for two
Yeah,
seconds in their timeline.
yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, but okay. Well, my favorite anime of all time is Attack on Titan. That's a good show.
Oh, dude, I
That's a
started
good
to get
show.
into it, but I haven't watched all of it.
How far are you?
Dude, I only a few episodes in, to be honest.
Yeah, but this is very specific. Do you know what number the episode you are on?
No, no.
Okay. Is it like 3, 6?
Probably around like 3.
Okay. Oh, trust me. Watch a couple more, you won't be able to stop. You won't be able to
Okay,
stop. Yeah.
okay.
When I first watched it, I was like, "Yo, this stuff is whack, yo."
I
I
just
ain't
remember
into
how
like,
gross it was.
yeah, exactly. I'm not scared of gore or whatever, but it's not usually
Yeah,
my draw to
it's like
things.
uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Let me tell
Yeah.
you this, Speedy. Right?
All right.
The plot line looks very simple, right? Like, there's the bad guys, here's the good guys.
Sure.
It is the most like ambiguous plot line ever. Like in the sense that it's like very gray. It's not black. The storyline's not black and white. It's very gray. Like who the
Mhm.
villains are and who the good guys are and who the bad guys are, it's actually pretty unclear. And you could debate that for eternity.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
no but when you're watching, there's no way, right? Like what do you
Yeah.
mean? Like it's
Like
obvious who the bad guys are.
these are obvious monsters.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but keep watching and dude, if you catch
Mm.
up in like a couple weeks or so, you could join me and my friends. We do a watch party on Discord in my server with some of my
Okay.
friends. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you know some of
Nice.
them like Arrow, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. Of
and
course.
Kakuna, PV Poke, he joins.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Um I think Cochino Mom's in there, but she's never joined. I always tag her.
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, I'm not free or something."
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. She's always got something going on
yeah. But there's people, people in it. So
for
um
sure. No, it sounds fun.
I'm trying to
I've
get
heard it's
Butters to
really
watch it
good.
too. It took me a while
Oh,
to get
dude.
Butters to watch My Hero, but then he like powered through. He's further than me now.
Really? No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, he was
I,
telling me about it when we were in Toronto. He's like, "Yeah, I'm all caught up. I'm waiting week to week for a new episode." It's
I
like,
didn't think Butters was much of an anime guy.
nah, I
Uh,
didn't either. I don't think he was until he started watching My Hero and stuff. I know. I think he watched some when he was younger. I don't know. Maybe we
okay.
should get him on
Okay.
the podcast one day and see. You
Dude,
know,
yeah. Let's do it.
we should think on it. I think he's still in Brazil right now, but
Yeah, he is.
living his life, eating his favorite fruit of all time, Siriwela.
And probably paying a lot less for it.
Yeah, let's
If
hope so.
if you know,
Let's
you
hope so.
know.
Deborah said, maybe it's time to get some wireless headphones. Probably referring to my cats chewing on my headphones.
Oh
I
yeah.
have to also add that yes, sweet potatoes and marshmallows is definitely a Thanksgiving dish, and the official term for starter Pokemon is first partner Pokemon. It's
Mm,
true. Leo says,
correct.
Battle Cats merch when? Stay tuned. 2023.
Working on it.
Yes. Sweet potatoes and marshmallows is one of the worst holiday dishes America has ever created. That's what Kevin
Im-
Cannon said.
Immediately downvoted. I'm sorry,
Look,
Kevin.
Kevin, I see. This is what I'm saying. We needed some voice of reason here, right? Everyone hyping it up. Everyone saying no one really talked about how everyone says like some people like it, but no one ever said they didn't like it,
It's true.
except
I
for
mean,
Kevin.
everyone can have their opinions.
I haven't tasted it yet, so for me, I don't know yet. But
So question. I know this is we haven't talked about Pokemon more than like 1 minute this whole time,
what do you
but I
mean? We
just
talked
want to.
about Ash Ketchum.
That's true. That's true. I just wanted to ask though. Do you like sweet foods? Like if you're having a meal, right? Do
Mhm.
you like to have like some pineapple or like a sweet sauce or like a sweet
Pineapple? What?
teriyaki?
Pineapple? I wouldn't even count as sweet. That's like sour,
What, dude? A good fresh pineapple is sweet.
dude. I
And
already
I
feel the sour on my tongue right now just thinking about it. I can feel the fuzz, dude. If you have a lot of pineapple, your tongue's like feeling it the next day. I don't know. Anyway,
maybe,
um,
but I'm just wondering. Do you like a sweeter palate or do you like like a more like what am I
savory.
trying to say? Savory. Thank you.
I'm more of a savory guy. I There's
Okay.
some
Yeah.
sweets I like, but if it's one or the other, typically I'm more of a savory guy. Or like if for example like snacks, right? At like a movie theater or when I'm just chilling out watching TV, I'm gonna go for the savory every time. I go for the popcorn or
Oh.
like chips and stuff over the candy.
Ooh, okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that
What
that
about
might be a
you?
thing as well. I'm more of like the sweet palate.
Really? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
obviously,
So,
like this is like this is you can't generalize like this, but of all my friends, typically uh my friends that are men typically like savory food, and my friends that are women typically like the sweet food.
wow.
Yeah,
I guess I'm in touch with my sweet feminine side.
that's true. You look pretty masculine though, but after that beard's off, you're gonna be more and more in touch with that side. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna look like a child. So,
I
so
can't
there's that.
wait. Oh man,
Oh
be sure to
man,
take that selfie. I can't wait.
dude. I
What
just hope. I just hope I don't have to like, I don't know, go anywhere for any kind of events soon. That would suck.
you know, yeah, you can hole up all you want. Usually people hole up when they already look like a caveman. You're doing the opposite.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, trying to clean up and go out to work, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thank you all for the questions and comments from our recent video. You know, right now we can still like technically read almost all of them because or all of them because we don't get a ton. But if we get more questions down the road, man, we might have to skip some. So you know,
It's true.
but that'd be a good problem to have.
It
But
would. It would. But thank you everybody for commenting. Please comment again.
yes, please comment again. Please comment again. Please comment again once you see Speedy's beard gone on a stream.
Dude.
Tell us what you think.
Dude.
We got a response actually. So last week we had what do you call it? We had our hot topic. It was from a person that submitted a question,
Oh yeah,
GSM
yeah. Hmm.
Ribeiro,
Hmm.
and he actually wrote a reply. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but he wrote a reply, and he tried to tag you. I guess like it didn't go through. I don't know, but he did try to tag you and me, and he said, "Hey, Speedy and Caleb, I love the way you guys pronounce my name in the handle.
I'm sorry.
Uh, I, but I don't know. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. I'm not sure if like did we pronounce it wrong or not. My apologies. I probably pronounced it wrong, but and then he also says, I didn't mean for the question for AMA to be aggressive. I did mean it to air my grievances with how Niantic somewhat forces PP in Pokemon Go on the average player. I enjoy Pokemon battling. I just think it's being forced in Pokemon Go. Not only community days, but also, for instance, the most reliable way to get Stardust without grinding the game is GBL, which does force some people to play. In my case, I dislike playing Pokemon Go PP, but enjoy watching it, which makes sense because I know that this guy follows me too. So if they really hated
Mm.
PP, then that's what I mean. I don't post that much great tweets. Maybe
Yeah.
likes cats. For this, then building from your previous from your points of view on the podcast, how would quote unquote book Pokemon Go PP to be the end game of the Pokemon Go, but in a more natural way rather than feeling forced. Amazing discussion. Thank you for answering and especially making this the tea. Happy holidays. On the toxicity point, I do think for such a community-based game, it is quite toxic and not at all new player friendly. I'd also like to mention that, of course, on the tournaments and on camera, barely anyone acts in their own toxic way. The chats, though, the chats do. I
The
mean,
chat do be toxic.
dude, Twitch chat does. I mean, if it's not a copy pasta and not something toxic, I mean, what is it really? So,
Yeah.
not to say every
Mhm.
Twitch stream's like that. I think some communities are definitely a little less toxic or very wholesome, but it's hard to moderate. I mean,
It
it's just
is.
online stuff in general, right? Twitter toxicity is all over the place too. It's just like everyone's look, everyone's all talking stuff behind the keyboard, but
Hmm.
Pokemon Go boxing though, that's where you can put your money where your mouth is, right? Speedy versus Fixer incoming
Dude,
2023. But
you versus Swagtips, man. I saw his shirtless photos. You better watch out.
did you see my response?
I think so. Let me see.
So yeah, he posted a shirtless photo. It wasn't to me or anything. It was to Niantic or Pokemon Go, and then someone tagged me, be like Caleb, like I forgot what they said. They
Oh,
said
here I,
some. Yeah,
I
did you
see
find
it.
it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Okay, so
says
read was
before
yeah,
hitting the gym 3 to 4 days a week, after sitting in a carpool rating 3 to 4 days a week. So I guess Ryan put on a few pounds here.
yeah,
Guess which one cost me more annually as well? And
yeah.
Caleb responded, the
Well,
tag. Hold on, the
someone
tag.
tagged me. Yeah,
This was clearly meant to dissuade Caleb Peng about the boxing match.
yeah. Someone tagged me in it, a
Coming
listener.
from Osvaldo, and Caleb said, "I'm not concerned.
I'm not concerned. I'm not
I'm not
concerned.
concerned."
I'm not concerned. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm not really like dying to box anyone. But hey, it would be a good motivation to work out consistently, right? I'd sign up for a local
Hmm.
boxing gym, get a few reps in, right? But
Yeah.
I was talking to our friend Deshaun, and he was trying to work out the logistics of how to even make it happen, right? He was like, "Oh, it's Pokemon Go's not like chess. Like you have to like, there's like no ways to stall, blah blah." And he figured out like all this like criteria, mathematics around it. I was like, dude, I don't know what you tell me what the rules are. I'll
Nice.
do it.
We're
But
committing serious thought to this.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, enough on the boxing. So Ribeiro, yeah. So thank you for the additional response here. We can just break this down a little bit here. That's true. Getting Stardust or PvP is very reliable. I mean, we know some people in the community. I ain't going to name names, but they like barely catch any Pokemon. All they do is PvP. Me, on the other hand, not the case. I was catching this week, and I'll tell you more about why later
Mhm.
when we get to the GBL portion. But that's true. You can really get a lot of Stardust just by GBLing. Um, so there is that. Luckily, I guess if you're of this mindset like Ribeiro, there's a cap on GBL, so you can't play more than your 25 sets.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't love the cap idea. Like no other game is like that, right? And that would reduce queue times massively. I also feel like without a cap of daily battles, people might battle about the same or less.
Mhm,
Because you're
mhm.
like, oh, like I'm trying to maximize. I'm trying to get all my 25. Right? It's like Pokemon Go mentality. Like I gotta open all my gifts. I gotta do all my buddy stuff. I gotta do all my mega evolutions,
Yep.
right? And then I gotta do all my GBL sets and do my daily spin and spend my daily rate pass, right? Like you gotta do all your dailies, right? And that 25 battles adds onto your daily. I feel like if they did unlimited, people wouldn't be averaging 25. And not to say everyone averaged 25. A lot of people don't.
Mhm,
I don't, right? These days,
mhm.
I've been just going for it just because the meta's not too bad, um, but I feel like if he had unlimited sets, it'd
Yeah.
be different.
There's like so many ways to go about it. I mean, I've even thought like in unranked practice mode of unlimited sets, but you're like stuck in that same elo range. For example,
Mhm.
if you're like 2750, you would pair in the same elo range as if you won or lost, you wouldn't gain or lose elo because
Mhm.
it'd be a practice form. I thought that'd be really fun, but then again, like you said, people would just use it over and over. And then if you think about the resource thing, if you think resources now from GBL are bad, just imagine if you could farm them unlimited. That would be
It's
really
true.
bad.
Yeah, yeah. Rubio might not like that part too, but
Yeah.
yeah, that is one point too. I mean, most games don't have a limit on how many rank battles you can do. So, like Pokemon Unite, as an example, there
Mhm.
isn't, and so I'm not saying that it would be super easy for Pokemon Go because it'll still take a long time. But for Pokemon Unite, you can hit Masters rank, the highest rank, in a day. If you're really
Mhm.
good and you play
If you
well.
really grind
If
it
you yeah,
out,
if you
yeah.
really grind it out, but you can hit it within a week very easily. And so I know
Mhm.
some people they might not like it, especially streamers who's like, "Oh, I'm out of content because people want to try to see me hit the the highest rank." But
Mhm.
or legend. But hitting legend in Pokemon Go is much harder than hitting master in Unite, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
as you know, it's objectively easier to do it in Unite. But yeah, so I get that concern from Ribeiro. And then also talking about the end game in Pokemon Go, how to make it the end game in Pokemon Go, but make it more natural rather than feeling forced. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that one, Speedy?
So, I feel like when it comes to PvP in Pokemon Go, it's always been like a second priority because the first priority is getting active, going out, catching Pokemon, in your local parks and stuff. And then the secondary facet of that is actually battling with what you have.
Mhm,
And I guess that matches like, real world, I guess other games as well. How am I trying to say here? I feel like PvP was not baked into the DNA of Pokemon Go from the onset. I feel like it was always like maybe a feature we wanted in the future, but we didn't know exactly how it would work. But now, I mean, I don't really understand why it can't also be congruent with the other goals in the game,
mhm.
because it feels like, I don't know. It's been a few years. The game has been out for since 16, what, 6 years. PvP has been out for more, so, or a little less. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling at this point. What do you think, Caleb?
Yeah, I think the difference with PvP compared to other stuff is that everything in Pokemon Go besides PvP is the more time you spend doing it, the better you'll get,
Mhm.
right? The more
Sure.
Pokemon you catch, the more Stardust, more experience, more candies you'll get. The more
Mhm.
raids you do, the more raids you'll get done, the more experience, legendaries, whatever, raid Pokemon, gifts you open, stuff like that, right? It's just like time based. Obviously, some of the top players in the world, in terms of grinding purposes, are just more efficient. But again, they have to commit a certain amount of time.
Mhm.
PvP is not necessarily as well correlated. You could spend all day long battling in PvP and not make much headway. And you could also be someone that's very, studies the game, the mechanics very well, quick learner, very strategic thinker, maybe creative on your team building, stuff like that, and just have success much faster, right? There's people that hit legend in like a couple, like maybe 300 battles, whereas some
Mhm.
other people will take like over 1,000 battles, right? And some people
Sure.
that spend over a thousand battles and won't hit legend. So I think that it just feels. I think people that don't like PvP. I'm not saying Ribeiro is one of them, but I'm just saying just people in general that don't like it, that play the game a lot, don't like it because the way you succeed in it is strictly different than every other
Mhm.
aspect of the game, which
Yeah.
means that it could be frustrating because you're like, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't PP. They really want that shiny Pikachu Libre, right? Like, there's no way they don't. I mean, I still do it. I don't even have it, right? I've been
Same.
PP, right? So I can only imagine people that don't hit Legend how badly they want it, right? Or they want this pose, but for them, it's like, dude, it's not worth the time, man. I'm spending all this time. I'm not getting better, and blah blah blah. It's like a lot of things, right? Like, and if I want to get better, I got to dedicate all this, time to think about all these things and learn these different, matchups and mechanics and stuff like that. It's a lot of time investment for it's okay. It's a lot of time investment without guaranteed gains. That's the biggest difference between PvP and everything else in Pokemon Go. Everything
Yeah.
else, it's like, yeah, even if it's a time investment to get to level 50, to get XL candies, you're guaranteed to do it and get it if you just commit the time. You're not guaranteed in PvP. And so I think for some people, they like that, right? Because it's competitive, you can strategize, and sometimes your hard work will pay off. Not always, but sometimes. Maybe a lot of
Sure.
times. Whereas some of the other people that might not like it is because they might just not have the same competitiveness or competitive drive or care about it. But
Mhm.
also they're the kind of people that may believe that, the harder I work, the more rewards I should reap, right? It's kind of like life, right? I mean, typically speaking, when you work harder, okay, actually, this is a great example. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but a metaphor here. There's certain professions out there in the world. The harder you work, the more benefits you'll reap, right?
Sure.
Like, let's say, I think a lot of blue collar jobs are like that, right? Like if
Mhm.
you're a
Mhm.
plumber, if you're going and fixing the plumbing in multiple houses, you're gonna get more money at the end of the day, right? There's no way you're getting less, or like it's a gamble.
Yeah.
But let's say you're like an artist, right? You're a painter. You could paint all the paintings you want in the world, and some days it might not work out, or you may paint just one really good painting and just works out, right? And so for some people, I think they prefer the more, and not all blue collar jobs are like that, or not, but there's a lot of white collar jobs that are like that too, right? Like being a doctor is like that too. The more patients you see,
Mhm.
if you own your own clinic, the more you get paid, right?
Mhm.
If you see a certain amount, you will get paid your salary, right? Whereas if you're an actor, like it might not pan out. You go to all these auditions, you might not get a single role, right? Or you go to one audition, you get a big role, and you're paid off for like you get like 1 million right there.
Yeah.
So I
You get
think
casted in Friends, and then you're set for life. Yeah.
Hate it. Hate it. um,
uh, yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
So I think that is a very different aspect of PvP from everything else, and that's not, in my opinion. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. I think it's a very subjective viewpoint if it's good or bad, right? I think for me personally, it makes it more interesting
Hmm.
as an entertainment perspective, right? Because the person that comes into a PvP battle, the person with a million catches and 100,000 Stardust is not necessarily going to win, right? In that one head-to-head battle, right? You might
Hmm.
lose to someone that's level 34, right?
Hmm. So I agree with the points that you made. I do feel like it's something that people can pursue on their own,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like it's also it's a different mindset of a game. So what I mean by that is if you play through the main series games, you have to get to a certain level, you have to learn like certain attacks. The formula to win is always kind of visible. You know what you need to
Mm-hmm.
do, you know what the next step is. And if you fail, like if you fight against a gym leader and you lose, then you get to attempt the same thing in the same environment, right? It's a very static goal. Like if you pick up my version of Pokemon Violet and compare it to like your version of Pokemon Scarlet, like after a few tries, we could both figure out how to beat every single gym leader. It wouldn't be that difficult. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
it changes from copy to copy, right? And I think that and a lot of Pokemon Go players, they really align themselves with those static goals. They say, okay, I'm going to set my own personal goal to earn 2 million experience, and then they can go out on their own and actually like catch Pokemon, you know, work towards that goal and just have it be there. And then when they pass it, they get that sense of satisfaction. But in PvP, because it's more confrontational, it's more player versus player based, and it's much less predictable. I think that's where a lot of trainers kind of get a little bit derailed because they feel like, you know, they pick one team that works really well, then they get hard countered the next game. They don't know why. They don't
Mm-hmm.
understand it because in the other main series games, you could, you know, actually adjust because you knew what was coming or you
Right.
knew what to do. Or if you were setting an XP goal, you knew that you just needed to grind out a certain number of catches. You would think, okay, I just need a certain number of games and then I'll get enough Stardust. But it just doesn't work that way because there are just so many more variables. It's much less predictable. So I think it's also like a mindset thing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because PvP is way more unique in
Yes.
outside of fighting Team Rockets, right? And even then, like that's not the best representation of PvP. There really isn't anything similar. Like raids are different. The moves even do different things, right? Like
Yeah.
superpower when you use in a raid battle does very different things than it does in PvP. I mean, it's not super different, but it is different, right?
Yep.
So
Mhm.
debuffs and the damage it does and just the amount of energy it takes is very different. So yeah, you're right, because I think the main series game, they set you up to, oh my goodness. Oh, God bless you. Sorry. I don't know if you can see
Oh,
my cat was
yeah.
sneezing. It
I see her. Yeah.
scared me real quick. My
Three.
goodness. Yeah.
Whoops.
I literally just, yeah, I don't get started very easy, but I was like, what is that going on? Anyway, my apologies, girl. You good? What's going on? You got allergy season? Man, my cat's
Yeah.
sneezing a lot like
Must
a human.
must be.
But anyway, back on topic here. So like the Mangers game, you're doing those essentially the PvP battles in every time you face someone on the side of the street, when you're facing a wild Pokemon, when you're facing these gym leaders. So you're ready in that mindset, right?
Mhm.
Even if you're trying to catch shiny Pokemon, you have to initiate it in a Pokemon battle. In Pokemon Go, you can't battle a random Pokemon. You just catch it. You just throw a Pokeball, and if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you gotta throw another
Mhm.
Pokeball, right?
Mhm.
So yeah. So I think that's why in my mind I say PvP is the end game because it is the end game in all the other Pokemon games. In Pokemon Go, it's so different because I feel like it's an interesting point to say it's the end game because it wasn't part of the game when it started.
Yeah.
So it was like almost like the end game wasn't even introduced until midway. So a lot of people they probably don't see it as the end game because it wasn't even around when they started playing the game. For them, it's like, why is this the end game? My end game is getting this amount of Stardust or having 100% of everything or
Yeah.
whatever, right? So anyway, I don't think either of us really answered the question. How do we make it a more natural way rather than feeling forced? I don't know if I have the solution to that. I mean, I think the thing is like it's hard to get people to adjust to PvP if that's not their interest, right? We could say like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe you do some PvP battles now in the gym, right? But they might not want to do that. They're like, what? Like, why are we doing all this? Like, I'm just used to my old gym battles. Like, why make it more complex? I don't know if I would love that either. I'm not trying to do a PvP battle. I'm trying to take over a gym, right? I just want to do my
Yeah.
random tap through and then throw a Blissey in there and call it a day.
I think that there are certain ways to bake it in. Do you remember? Okay, do you remember like for Safari Zones and other huge events, there would be like a global challenge, a
Hmm.
global like catch or global, whatever raid challenge or whatever. If they did a global PvP challenge, I think that would actually start to trigger a lot of people to get more interested in it. It just contribute like 2 or 3 games of PvP, a few wins, and then you can contribute towards this global goal. I think that
Hmm.
would really help if they baked PvP into more important aspects of Go, instead of just having it as a side feature. I think it would start to feel more aligned. Like, you've got catching, you've got XP, you've got raids, evolutions. What if PvP was like another facet of the game that you could I guess cooperate with your local communities to get? For example, what if there's like okay, I'm just coming like this is coming from top of my head. What if there's a global event to unlock Halucha, right? Which is one of the
Mm,
cooler looking fighting type Pokemon in
yeah,
the game, and
Niantic. Anyone listening
worldwide
here?
on Go Battle Day, we had to complete like a 1 million battles worldwide to unleash like Halucha.
Oh.
And then on the next Go Battle Day to unleash the shiny form, you had to complete like a million more. Like,
Ooh,
there
I
are
like
ways that
that,
you
dude.
could
That's
do
so
it.
clever. Especially go battle day because there's less queue times. Everyone's battling, right? It's a whole
Yes.
weekend of events. It's almost like community day. You're working to unlock a goal, dude. If we could get like 500,000 referral codes for like whatever the Ultra Beast balls, we could do. We could
Yeah.
do like this, right? We could do this.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
yeah, I've always felt like it felt like this way a little bit when gyms and raids, or excuse me, when raids at gyms were first introduced. You remember that promo trailer they made like years ago that kind of showcased all the features they wanted to build out, and
mhm.
it's in Times Square, and there's a Mewtwo that spawns in Times Square, and like
Yeah.
everybody's like gathering to fight it. I always thought like, what if there was a way we could tie that to PvP and have like
Mhm.
everybody just battling and like training up to face like this ultimate challenge? I don't know.
Dude, that'd be kind of wild. I'd be down for that. That'd be pretty
I don't
cool.
know. I don't know.
That'd
We
be
have
pretty
two
cool.
two Go Battle Days a season. I mean, we could do something with that.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if anyone from Niantic listens to this podcast, but if you are,
Comment below. No, just kidding.
no need to credit us. Just run with the idea.
Yeah, take
Think
it.
about it. It'd be great. It'd be great. But anyway, thank you, Ribeiro, for the follow-up response. Those are some good questions, and we got some good discussions, ideas out of it.
Yeah.
So we are in 2023, and we do have a content calendar for January at least. So pulling up on the screen right about now. Let's put it. All right. So as you can see on the graphic, if you're watching the YouTube version, we got January content update, and it's off to a hot start too. We got Reshiram now, January 1st to January 10th. You going for a shundo of this one too, Speedy, or what? What's going
Dude,
on here?
no,
Fusion
no
Flare?
shundos, no shundos for me. But I am looking for Zekrom raids when it comes.
Okay. All right, Zekrom. You don't want the Reshiram? I feel like Reshiram's pretty. Dude, how Stark was making Reshiram work before you even had Fusion Flare. So, like, my
It's
guess is
true,
it could be pretty good even with Fusion. Oh, now
but
with Fusion Flare.
he's also freaking House Stark though, man.
Hey now. I beat him to Legend last season.
Yeah, yeah.
Just say it.
He was the first rank 10 ever.
Yeah, but I was the first person ever to have I probably wasn't actually. I don't know. I was gonna say
Win regionals.
26 and 0 in
Yeah.
season one.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't
But
know.
yeah,
And he was the first one. Yeah.
Reggie's fun. It was actually my first shiny of this year. Was a shiny Reg.
Dude, what the heck? Dude, I haven't got a shiny at all.
What?
Zekrom, January 10th to 18th.
Hmm.
Learns Fusion Bolts. Fusion Flare and Fusion Bolt now. So pretty good. And then we got Regice, the 18th to the 25th. Regice is a little underwhelming, but I'm hoping this means Reggie Steel and Reggie Rock come back.
Yeah.
Regice is ranked pretty high in Holiday Cup, but I have not seen a single one for Ultra League. So,
I tried
but,
it. It's not.
yeah, that's a sim hero at best. And then
Yes.
Tapu Koko, 25th to the February 1st. Not really sure what. I don't think that's really useful for much. But the shiny, it will be making its shiny debut. So
Yep.
there's that.
Mhm.
And then in Mega Rays, January 1st to the 10th, we got Mega Steelix. Yo, let me tell you, literally like an hour or so before we start recording today, I
Uh-huh.
got my first ever Mega Helix. Like, not rare,
Woo!
but, like, I evolved it because 'cause I've been looking for the 100%, right? Have not found it. I literally it's from generation 1, I don't have 100% Onyx, right? And I finally got a 14, 15, 14 Shadow Onyx from a stop. And it's like, "You know what?
Oh,
I'm gonna make this in 100%,"
you
right? Like,
purified it?
I purified it. What are you gonna use that for? Well, you can't even there's never gonna be Ultra League Premier Classic anymore, so you can't use that for Ultra League.
I guess
Well,
you're
I'm gonna
right.
max out Onyx? For what? For Great
I
League?
guess you're right.
Yeah, I thought it through, I thought it through. I mean, if it was like a 98, like a 15, 15, 14, or like 100% Shadow, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't touch it.
Yeah.
But like a 14, 15, 14,
Dang
I
it.
don't know. So I
Okay, okay.
purified it. So my Hundo Celix has returned, and that's gonna be useless, but I has returned, and I now have my first Mega Celix. So one down, a couple more to go. But and then we got January 10th to the 18th. It's a mega evolution of something we don't know yet. 3 question marks. You have any guesses?
I'm honestly not sure about this one. Usually they drop like hints, right? Like in the promotional
Yeah.
material somewhere or somewhere like in the loading screen, but this
Mhm.
time I'm not sure. It has me a new unreleased one, right?
New unreleased one. Yeah, I'm looking at the list of things possibilities right now too, and I'm trying to see here. So here are the ones we don't have. So I'll throw it out for you too, just so that you can kind of take a gauge at maybe what it might be. We don't have
Okay.
Pinsir yet. We don't have
Okay.
Heracross. We don't have Gardevoir. We don't have Mawile, I believe, right? We
No,
haven't
we don't
had
have
Mawile.
Sableye either, do we?
No Sableye, no Medicham, and no Lucario and Garchomp.
Mm,
Oh wait, and there's more.
yeah.
No Sharpedo, no Camerupt, no Gallade, no Audino, and no TNC, but Deontay, but we don't even have that release in the game, so that's not gonna be it. Oh, and no Rayquaza. Oh, and
Mhm.
no Salamence and Metagross. So a bunch of them.
There's a lot,
Yeah, there's
right?
a bunch of them. I'm gonna guess it's a
S
little less like wild than some of the ones on here because
yeah.
I don't know. Let's take a guess. You take one guess, I'll take one guess.
It's 100% confirmed in my mind to be Mega Gardevoir.
Why?
Because mythical wishes, it feels like Gardevoir
True,
vibes.
but we got Steelix, Lopunny, and Aerodactyl. Like, how are those mythical wishes, right?
Ah, damn.
I mean,
What
okay, but
about you?
Gardevoir.
What,
All right.
yeah,
Well, let's
Guard.
say you lock in Gardevoir. Gardevoir's not a bad guess. Let me see here. You know what? I'm gonna use the context clues of the events going on that
All
time.
right.
There's an
Okay.
event
Okay.
coming up.
Okay.
We don't know what it is yet. It's Twinkling Fantasy Events.
Gardevoir.
Yeah, that does actually sound like Gardevoir, actually.
Or what? Or Medi?
Does
Medicham?
Medi twinkle?
No,
Okay,
it's
I,
what
I
what is
got it.
it?
I got it. I got it. All right, you're going Gardevoir here. I think you are onto something, especially with the fairy types. So I am going to guess. I was stuck between Mawile and Audino.
Uh
Let's go with
Mega Audino for context is normal
Twinkling.
fairy.
Yeah. So it turns into. You know what? Let's go with Mawile. We have Audino spawning in this event. I feel like, right? So
Yeah. Mhm.
maybe I don't know if they bring Audino back in literally like a few days. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mawile. I think you're onto something, Gardevoir. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
We'll
I think you're
see.
onto something. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, we got the Lopunny coming back, and then Aerodactyl too. But yeah.
Are
What
are
are you
you
gonna say?
gonna raid more Mega Lopunnies this time?
I will. I probably will. I'm down. I'm low on candy. I'm working on 2 Lopunny at the same time, dude. I got some. You know what? We speak on megas. What's your mega progress right now? I'm curious.
Oh, come
What you got? You
on.
you talking about how you got to
Come
work on stuff? And now
on.
you're trying to make fun of me for my low punny grind.
Yeah,
What you got?
just
What you
it's just
got?
because you built it up so much,
Mega
just because you were
three.
like, "Oh,
Well,
yeah, I need a
type in
fighting
Mega
type
three.
Mega so bad."
Let's compare. Let's see what's your Mega 3 right now. So what do you see? What number you
What
see?
what's the search string?
Mega 3. 3 the number. No space. Mega 3.
Ooh, dude, you ready for how many do you have?
Wait, you go first.
No, no, you
I
go.
got a strong 17, baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, you don't have anything on mine.
Yo, this man's at 0.
My screen is white,
What?
blank.
What about what? How many mega? Okay, type in mega two.
All
I need
right,
to see your
bet.
progress here. What you
Ooh,
got for
okay,
mega
okay,
two?
okay, okay. I got something for you.
I got 10 mega two at the
How's a
moment.
strong 6? Oh,
Oh my
okay.
gosh. What do you how you
Mm,
grinding, Speediest Chief?
dude, I don't
Dude,
even
3 4 of them are flying. Oh no, 3 of them are flying types too. So you got so much overlap. What about Mega 1? Mega 1. How many you even got? All right, so you got
Oh,
3 you got 6 for Mega 2.
yeah.
Dude, this better be a high number at least. Like you got to be working on stuff at least at the first stage.
Ooh, okay, okay. I'm ready.
All right.
13.
Okay. So you've been like kind of working on stuff. Why do you have another
Okay.
Blastoise you're working on? Yeah, another Blastoise and another Pidgeot. It's a
Do
Great
I?
League Pidgeot too. I
Hold
mean,
on. Hold
to be
on.
fair, I have 2 Pidgeots too, but I mean they're at least Mega 3. But
No, no, no. So I have one Blastoise. It's a Lundo.
oh,
Traded to me by Math Magic. Shout out to Math Magic.
for giving me a bunch of tens, 10, 10, 12, 12, 12, right?
No, no, no. It's a Hundo. We traded
Lucky
in
Hundo. Oh, okay.
Lucky
I don't know what I
Lundo.
was.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
sorry. No, I
We traded
misunderstood.
in New Orleans.
Oh, okay, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Congrats, Math Magic. As some people call him Matthew, but it's not accurate. Anyway, okay. So we got the Twinkling Fantasy event. We don't know what's going on. We got Go Battle Weekend,
Woo,
January 14th and 15th. 2 day.
dude.
2 day. Lunar
Do
New
you
Year
have
event.
do you have any plans for Go Battle Weekend, dude?
Yeah, I'll be battling. What about you?
Dude, me too.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
Speaking of battling,
Great,
we got to figure out a bet for this season, man. It's almost
dude.
like
I
halfway
know.
done. I mean,
I
I'm
know.
ready. You throw something at me, I'm ready.
I'm
I'm ready.
actually curious. You said you've been going after your sets this season, right?
Mhm.
How many games have you played this season so far?
I'm gonna predict I've battled probably more than 400 battles more than you. I'm at 620
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, you have more than twice as much as me.
How much you have?
I'm at
300 something?
305.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have not played many battles so far.
I mean, I need the dust. I'll explain why later too. I've been
Oh,
playing just for
okay,
the
okay,
dust
okay.
alone sometimes, but
Okay,
um
okay, 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 okay.
also, during the holiday season, I was just playing like after some family drinks or just doing random stuff, and I tanked a lot. So trust me, a
Yeah,
lot of these battles
yeah.
were low quality battles. Let's just put it that way. I
Shadow Weeping Bell does
I
that
was
to you.
almost 2,800. I went down to the 2,300s. I was 2,800s like over a month ago, man. I like could have been one of the first to hit legend at that rate.
Dude,
Clearly did
oh
not
my
happen.
god.
Yeah, I haven't even gone back to that elo yet, but we'll talk about that later. We got some spotlight hour. We had Sandshrew today. We got Swirlix next week. Double Stardust for catching. I
Nice.
don't really love it though, because Swirlix is hard to catch.
Yeah, the capture
It's,
rate's low.
yeah, it's low. But anyway, I think you need a hundo for Ultra League, for the
Hmm.
evolution. What's
Yeah,
the evolution
correct.
again? Swirlix and
Um, oh god, I
the
just had
thing
it.
with the
Swirlix into.
it's the thing that goofy looking cotton candy thing with the tongue.
Oh my god, I know people listening are like screaming the name right now.
If they're not screaming the
Uh,
name, they should be. Oh, I
I
know it now.
actually, I actually have a hundo.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I have 2 rank 1s for Great League, but I don't have a hundo. You
Ooh,
gonna power it up?
nice.
You need a best buddy too, I
Um,
think.
S- Slurpuff.
Slurpuff, yeah, Slurpuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I googled
Yeah,
this,
you
so
can
I
best buddy
cheated.
it as well.
Uh, C dot XP, double XP for catching. Dude, speaking of Pokemon that we haven't seen in a while, where's these Wooloos at, man? I need some sheep.
Dude,
Dude,
I
these
know.
double in Ultra League, they're broken good.
They're so
They're
good.
so
And you know
good.
what? Dude, let me
I
show
should
you
guarantee
something.
those actually make it kind of rough though, which is kind of wild because you have payback typically, but oh my gosh, you actually have the Ultra League rank 1? Wait, why aren't you
I
using it?
because
Why
dude,
aren't you walking it?
I have exactly 38
I
XLs.
know, but yeah, but we know they got double kick like over a month ago. You haven't been building it.
No. Dude, there's so many other things I want to build. I want to build like a
You say
Hundo
this, you got like
Sneasler.
13 million dust. Yeah,
I need candies
I'm
though.
telling you, a double is way more useful than a hundo sneasler.
Dude, I know we're gonna get to like the T segment later and go on that whole topic, but I want to pick a bone with Niantic right here, dude. Why do we
Yeah,
have 2 Pokemon that are former Community Day Pokemon in Spotlight Hours?
dude, you're
Why do we
right,
have
dude.
Alolan Sandshrew and Seedot? Why?
Okay, so C dot is a little more forgiving because it's been a long time since we had community day. But Alolan Sandshrew was what this past year, and also they were
Yeah.
spawning all over December community day. So we just had it, and
Why?
on top of that, it was wintertime, so I think there was some spawning in the wild. I don't know. I didn't even play that event. I literally walked around for a raid. I came home at 6 p.m. I didn't even leave my. I was like, I'm going to stop grinding at 6 p.m. But yeah. Anyway, we got Dynamo, double catch candy, pretty useless for PP and pretty much everything. But hey, who knows? Maybe they'll buff it. You never know.
Yeah,
Actually,
we'll
I
see.
mean, who would have thought that Ulu would be useful, right?
We'll see.
Blitzel as well. 2 times candy for transfer at the end of the month. That's always a good
Mhm.
time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for January. We don't have any more details on the events in particular, and if we do, by the time you hear this, then man, they dropped it right after we dropped this. We recorded this episode. I will say
Yeah.
that. Seems
So
unlikely though, because we're recording this on a Tuesday, and it's going to be Wednesday that we dropped the
yeah.
episode. But
So in terms of the research breakthrough, you can get Galarian Mr. Mime, Delibird, Bagon, Dino, Furfrou, or Gumi. How do you feel about this like musical chairs of research breakthroughs?
it's okay. Um, Honestly, wait, let me take a look at these different spawns again real quick.
Mhm.
So Galarian, Mr. Mime, I just save them because they're rare. I'm like, will
Yeah,
probably never be
same.
useful for PP, but who knows?
Mhm.
Delibird, not too bad for the dust purposes, right? Just like when I was excited about Stormy, right? Same reason.
Yeah, right.
Bagon, nah. Dino, not really interested either. And we had communities for both, and we just have so much candy. I have like so much XLs. So I typically just transfer them. I don't even save them to trade anymore. And then Furfrou could be a spice pick for Ultra League. You need a hundo and 296 XLs to make it, so that's not terrible. But we had events Fashion Week every year, and like you get plenty. Gumi is pretty rare, so I usually get most excited when I see a Delibird or Gumi. I've had a
Yeah,
good
same.
chunk of those. I actually got a rank 1 Gumi from a great friend trade.
Oh,
With a
really?
friend,
Rank
yeah.
1
Yeah, rank
for
1.
Great League?
Yeah, because the rank 1, it's like 1 attack, so you don't need the 0 attack for it. Yeah, I just got it
Mhm,
off a
mhm,
random trade with a friend. It like he only had 1 too. It was like a while ago. But
mhm.
Gudra's kind of underwhelming. There is Hisuian Gudra in the future. Maybe that would be good. Let me check what typing that is actually. Hisuian Gudra typing.
Speaking of other forms, dude, I caught so many coughing. I think I have like over 5,000 regular coughing candy, but I need the XLs
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah, for the Galarian.
Galarian Wheezing.
Dude, I have a
Yeah.
ton of Galarian Weezings. I'm trying to find a better one to power up, but yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fun one. I guess I have like a rank 15 one, but I was like, if I can find a better one, why not? Hisuian Gudra has Steel Dragon typing. So it's essentially a
Oh,
Dialga.
Dialga, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, that could be
I love
interesting.
it.
That could be interesting. Um, so maybe good to stock up a little bit on the Gudra candies there.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. The boxes have been. It's not as good as when they used to have legendaries in it. I would just say that, right? The box Reggies, the box Lugia. We even had box Groudon Kyogre for a while too. But
Dude, legendaries and the research breakthroughs didn't this is another thing as well. I feel like we get really cool things and then people complain about them and then they get removed and then we like complain that they're removed. It's like this vicious cycle,
yeah, I
man.
I don't even know. But if people complain about that one, I feel like people like the legendary boxes. I don't know. It's just Niantic's scaling back. I don't know why. You would think that they would
Yeah.
introduce more rare stuff in the boxes because over time people have more and more stuff, so they're going to have less need for common stuff. Bringing in something like a Dino and like Bagon into boxes years after they've been released and after they've both had community days and December community day remixes and all this stuff and events.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. It's a little backwards, but eh, maybe that's
yeah.
just me. What do I know, right? What do I know? But anyway, so there is that going on. We'll find out more details for the January events once they come up. But yeah, GBL, yo, how's it going for you, by the way, out of curiosity?
Oh, dude. I've been trying to pick up some more Master League, but I'm playing with just the wackiest stuff. I think I've got like a Palkia, Sashi, and Metagross team that I'm trying to make work.
Wait, you're not using your Shundo?
No, I'm best buddying it, and I
What
guess
do
I
you mean?
should start using it.
Yeah, why wouldn't you use it? You literally have it made. You don't need a best buddy it to use it, right?
No, you don't. I I don't know. Kyurem doesn't seem like it hits very hard, but I'm sure like it's decent. It's ranked pretty high.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a little bait dependent, right? But it could be. I think I looked at the Sims. It beats stuff like Groudon and
Oh yeah.
Kyogre and Giratina, but
Hmm.
so do all the other dragons. So
Yes.
like, so if that's the selling point, it's gonna struggle, I think, because it's very weak to steel in fighting.
It's very, yeah, very weak to both of those, and it's also kind of like a consistent damage output,
Hmm.
but it doesn't like hit hard. It doesn't have like a bait and nuke potential
Yeah,
or
yeah,
double nuke potential. It's just Dragon Claw or Glaciate, or if you wanted like Draco or something,
yeah.
you
It's
know.
kind of like Giratina altered, right?
Yeah,
Pre Shadow Force. I feel
similar.
like Shadow Force. Some people are using it for Spice Pick, but
Hmm.
or is it Shadow Force or Phantom Force?
Shadow
Shadow
Force.
Force, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's ranked pretty high. I mean, it's number 7 overall because it's just
yeah,
consistent damage.
yeah, exactly. You haven't played any Ultra League Holiday Cup?
I have played a little bit of it, and it's so tough because I watch, for example, I was watching Iceman stream, and he was running Obstagoon, Alola Ninetales Charizard, and he was catching like every lead, every swap, every game was like an easy win. And I remember playing that team like a day or two before watching his stream, and I was it like half my games I felt super hard countered. I was like, what is going on here? I don't know that I love the Ultra Holiday. What about you?
I actually like it a lot. It's a lot
Okay.
more fun than Great League Holiday. I will say that.
Oh
It's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I actually haven't run into a single double charm team. It's just not as strong anymore with the nerf. But Alolan Ninetales is still very strong because it resists ice typing, right? So it's
Yes.
actually kind of nice. There's a lot of ice types for Togekiss, unfortunately, so it's hard to use. But
Mhm.
it's actually kind of diverse for a meta. I mean, Ultra League is less
Yeah.
Pokemon available, but it's actually pretty diverse. There's a while where Jellicent's pretty popular, which is interesting. Jellicent's actually
Hmm.
very strong because all the teams are running Dragon Breath, right? They're not running Shadow Claw, they're not running Shadow Sneak, so you're actually
Yeah.
pretty good as a counter to Giratina there.
Yeah.
Charizard as well. Walrein, Aurorus, like you're actually pretty good with Jellicent. It's actually like surprisingly good. But you would be surprised because it's an Obstagoon meta, um but yeah, we have a lot of neutral play against a lot of Ninetales. I will say here's what I decided to run off the bat. Piloswine. Ultra League Piloswine.
Really?
I just dropped a YouTube video on it
Really?
like right before we started recording. Yeah. Ultra
Oh,
League
nice.
Piloswine. It's an
Um,
Excel investment though. Level 50. I spent 500 or no 490,000 dust to power it up. And then I spent another 500k or no, 50k to unlock the second move. And here's the problem. I spent over 300k making the Shadow Weeping Bell. So I was out there grinding last week, yo. Luckily I picked the Stardust path, but I was walking around, my local area, dropping star pieces, walk around grinding stuff late at night and stuff, and I just barely had enough to power it. I had to go into my stacked encounters to make it in
oh,
time. I skipped the first day of GBL, or sorry, the first day of the Holiday Ultra, so that I could play Great League Holiday to get more Stardust for Holiday the second day. So I was streaming to my patrons on Friday, and right when I was going live, I was like, shoot, I'm still a couple thousand short. One of my patrons sent me a remote raid I joined, and then I caught a few for my stack encounters. I made the Piloswine, and it's pretty good. It's really fun, actually. You can grab shields if you have a one power snow advantage, like if you say swap it, which is what I was doing,
yeah,
against pretty much everything.
yeah,
Even against Obstagoon. Obstagoon can't win those zero shield.
yeah,
So you're doing pretty good there. Yeah, I mean Charizard has a shield as well. I think the few things that don't have the shield are like stuff like Magnezone or whatever, because
yeah,
I'm running Stone Edge, not
yeah. If you don't have
not high
Bulldoze
horsepower. Yeah, yeah, high
or high
horsepower. Yeah,
horsepower,
which is even better
yeah,
now. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't have that. But the Stone Edge is just much better against stuff like Alone Ninetales. Um, that's pretty much it. I feel like.
Charizard, dude.
Yeah, but they always shield everything, so you go straight Avalanche. Yeah, every Charizard
True.
always shields, and every Charizard always throws Dragon Claw when you think they're throwing Blast Burn. Super annoying. But yeah, I was running
Yeah,
Charizard,
yeah,
Pylo, and then Obstagoon. And then I was talking to my friend Liquid Ken and Lisa over the New Year's, right? And they were like, "Yo, this team we're using is really good." So like we haven't shared
yeah.
it yet. I'm like, "What you using? What you using? Like do share, right? We're friends." I was like, "Don't worry, I won't claim it's my team, right? Because I know
Uh,
I won't name names, right? But I've heard a lot of stories of content creators just stealing other people's team. They face it, and all of a sudden, the next day, be like, "Yo, I came up with this team, dude." A little
really.
grimy, in my opinion. Nothing I would ever
You, you,
do, but a
you
little
might need
grimy.
to you might need to tell me off cam who it is.
Oh, you know them. You know
Curious.
them for sure. There's a
Ooh,
couple of people,
okay.
but you know the one I'm thinking of right now. But yeah, there's a lot of people like that, unfortunately. Content creator world, I guess. But
Yeah.
I was like, no, no, I definitely will give you credit if I use it and it works well. And they're like, all right, so here it is. And they're like, don't drop it right away because we're trying to hit legend with it. I was like, okay, fair, fair. I mean, I still gotta make this Power Slime video, so don't worry.
Mhm.
And it's Charm Ninetales, Giratina, Say Swap, and Lantern. You
Oh
throw
yeah, didn't Axon use that or something similar to that
he used
to get
something
legend?
similar. It was a little different. I think he had a lantern as well. He used something different though. A lot of people were testing out lantern, but this specific combination, I think Ken's the one that created it. He was using it, and his girlfriend Lisa was using it, and they both were climbing mad points with it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a shot and see. First three sets, 14-1. I was like, dang, dude. And then I started running some weird stuff, and I was also getting tired. It was like late at night, so I was just like, I need
Yeah.
to go sleep, right? I ran to a Venusaur lead. Dude, what do you do with Venusaur lead? A lone Ninetales and a lantern in the back. Yo, I even caught a sludge bomb. It was rough, right?
Yeah.
A lone Sandslash really tough too. I almost beat one, but
Mhm.
I misplayed it a little bit. Then I mean, they were baiting my lone uh, Ninetales with Ice Punch because
Dude, that's
they didn't
savage.
land it. They didn't land it though. Yeah, I laughed when I saw it. I was
Um,
like, what the heck?
so
But
its Axon team is the Giratina Lantern core, but he's got Snorlax as the third. So kind
so
of
like say
similar.
swap.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little different there too. So Snorlax is interesting. I don't know. Snorlax been a little underwhelming for me. Giratina beats it straight up.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's especially with that Dragon Breath. But yeah, Giratina has a safe swap, so you draw out the obstacle and stuff. You have two checks for Charizard. You remember just a lot of times you're sweeping with Lantern, but a lot of times
Mhm.
people like if you go into Charizard lead, they'll throw like a Dragon Call and they come in with their Tina, right? Because not a lot of
Yep.
things beat
Yep.
Giratina unless you have a Charmer.
Mhm.
And because of that, you can either win switch very easily or you can grab a shield advantage and then, just go off from there. You
Mhm.
just sack the Ninetales and just try Super Lantern. But it's been good. I've been seeing way less Charizard safe swaps of late though. The first night,
Yes.
everyone safe swapping Charizard, and then they're like,
Everybody.
you can't
Everybody.
do nothing to this lantern. Yeah, and I already had a best buddy lantern for faction, so I was like, all right, give it a shot. So it was good.
I was gonna
And
ask you. Yeah.
well, yeah, what I was gonna say is Ken and Lisa hit legend yesterday on the same at the same time. They both like Ken went 4-1, and he had less elo he needed, and Lisa had more elo she needed, but she went 5-0.
Mm.
And they claimed it at the
Oh.
same time on stream, and she beat him by one elo at the final
Oh,
game.
that's so cute.
Yeah, yeah. So she was
Nice.
saying, "Hey, it's my team now, Caleb." I was like, "All right, fair enough."
I was gonna ask you where you got your level 50 lantern, if that was like another thing that you had built
hmm
recently. But
No, I built this. I built it last season, yeah, because for factions, it was a limited Celestial, and Lantern was like
dude,
kind of a little underwhelming, but in some weeks it was actually pretty solid. Yeah, I caught
it,
this a year ago, actually January. Now that I
Ultra
think.
Holiday reminds me of that Sylph Factions meta. Do you remember Ultra League Comet? I think it was.
Oh yes,
Right? Like there was Talonflame, but Snorlax, Greedent,
yeah. There's a
Eufisk.
lot of electric. So yeah, Walrein was in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
actually,
reminds me of that because there's not a whole lot of counter either. There's only Obstagoon.
yeah.
Mostly.
Greedent was pretty popular in that one,
Yeah.
and yeah, Alone Ninetales I used a lot. Yeah, they had Sandslide. Yeah, it was pretty much the same typing, I think.
It's very similar.
Hmm,
Yeah.
interesting. Maybe they're taking notes.
Could
So I've
be.
been using that one. So I'll drop that video tomorrow too. So by the time you hear it, the video will be out or it'll be out soon. But anyway,
Mhm.
so it's a cool one. But shout out to Ken and Lisa for the team. It's been fun to use. Surprisingly, my old team actually beats it though. Um, but who's really running Pilot Swine? So you know, I literally don't know anyone besides me and my
Yeah.
patrons. But it was fun.
Maybe Butters. We don't know what he's been
Butters too.
running.
Yeah, he's in Brazil though. He's too busy eating fruit than GBLing. He missed out, man. This is a Pilot Swine meta. Pilot Swine was a lot of fun.
He did.
Yeah, I want to run Charizard, Pilot Swine, Aurorus, but I didn't have a good one to invest in. And I didn't have the dust
Mm,
either to make Aurorus. so
yeah.
so there's that. But yeah, let's think about this. Let's come up with a bet. What you
Ooh.
think? GBL
Okay.
bet. What you thinking?
Hmm. Dude, I feel like every time you come up on this, I'm so unprepared.
Well, look, I'm open to whatever. You let me know what you did. I've laid out options for you. I remember last time you said, "Yeah, I'll have one by the new year,
I know,
2023,
I know, I know.
2023." What are you trying to do? I mean, we gotta do something with like performance based, right? We can't be like,
Hmm.
Can't be like first one to get a shiny Pikachu Libre. Like that's wild.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a little. Yeah, we can't control that one. That'll end up like our shiny unknown challenge did.
Oh yeah. That was. I mean,
We
that one
both
you at
got
least could try
0.
grind a little harder than the other person, but
Yeah,
I
trying
think
to think.
I don't know leaderboard placement. First one to top
Yeah,
100. That seems kind of
it
hard.
seems like the most obvious one is something leaderboard related. If we ever get leaderboards, who knows?
No, true. Yeah, you got
Um,
GBLA you got to worry about, right? How many more weeks can you do? You just go with whenever they get leaderboards, or like how's it
yeah,
work?
I mean, we've always done like the last 8 weeks of the season, which is just months 2 and 3 of the season,
Yeah.
and we're already heading into month number 2 here, right?
Wait, who won the finals of last season, by the way?
So actually, that's a funny question. We were meant to have the grand finals, but then traveling to all these events came up, and then Nightwing was also working as well, doing other jobs, and like we had so many things come up that it's just been pushed off like
Oh, so it
later and
hasn't happened yet.
later.
Okay, I thought I missed it. But I was
Hasn't
like, I don't
happened yet.
remember. Okay,
No,
got you, got
it's
you.
got we're scheduling it for Thursday the 5th. I'm gonna
Okay,
tweet out from the official Twitter account and stuff. And
Thursday the
another part
fifth
of the
is in two
reason,
days.
yeah, it's in 2 days.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
well, once the podcast drops, it'll be the next day,
The
right?
next,
I'll be clean shaven for that one, Caleb.
oh
So
yeah,
there you go, there you
you
go.
better be.
But yeah, that's gonna come soon. That's gonna be really fun, dude. I've taken a peek. The finals are legit.
Oh, the battles already happened. Oh,
Yes,
they just need to be
finals already
casted.
happened.
Okay,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
all
mm-hmm.
right, all right.
But
Yeah.
in terms of like a GBL season bet, it's a tough one, man. Um, I would say like something win based, but you've already played so many more games than I have.
Yeah. You're facing easier opponents at this point.
Yeah, the longest streak as well. We can't do that because you could just
Yeah.
tank and
Yeah,
and
no, I'm
climb
not.
from
Yeah,
there.
not into that.
Oh
Mm,
man, wins battles. Hmm,
how about
I don't
this?
know.
What was your what was your leaderboard placement last season?
Let me look at the infamous tweet.
The survey post.
Yeah, the survey. I think I was in like the 33s. I think. Let's see here.
33s?
Mhm.
330 something?
Yeah, like 382 or something. Let me see. I'm like scrolling. Okay,
Mhm.
3382, number 366 in the world.
366. Should we do first person to get past 365?
Yeah, sure. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Well, what's on the line here? First person to get 365 or higher.
Yeah, that's the threshold. So I've already spoken with my fiance. I'm not allowed to bet shaving the beard anymore. I am not allowed to make that wager ever,
All
ever
right.
again.
Uh,
It's
you
cool
got
though, because you know how
you
you
got
know
some
how a lot of
eyebrows.
women are. You know how a lot of women are like, yeah, my boyfriend has a beard and I don't like it, but she's the opposite. She's like, yeah, keep it.
Hey,
I don't know.
maybe she hasn't met you without the beard. What if you shave it off this week, tomorrow, and she's like, Speedy,
I
I
changed
love
my
it.
mind.
I'm gonna send Caleb 12 grapes too for for granting me a wish
No,
I didn't even know I wanted.
dude, if she likes beardless even more, I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah, I mean, then you just go beardless. What do you mean?
No,
Maybe it's for the best, right? You wouldn't
no,
go
no.
beardless for your fiance if that's what she prefers?
Uh,
Hmm.
compromise, foundation of any successful relationship.
Dude, I once dated someone for a couple years and she like didn't like any stubble and she wanted me to shave every day. I was like,
Every
what? I was
day.
like, I don't even got that much to shave every day. I'm gonna get mad razor burn, you know?
Yep.
Like I was
Yep.
like, I just did like once a week, but still, she was
Yeah,
like, she would have probably waxed my face off if she could have
dude.
laser removed it all.
It seems very controlling. I can see why you didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole different story, but yeah, it didn't work out very well. No, it did not work out. I won't go too much in details after that one, but
Uh,
okay, let's see here.
so 365 is the placement.
Oh, I got an idea. I got an idea.
Uh oh.
Um, 365. Yeah. It's first one 365 or higher, right? So, all right.
Yes.
I mean, we there's theoretically we could both like not win this one, so
It's
that is also
true.
a possibility. Um, so we got obviously we don't have too much merch, but I think a future merch, the next merch idea, right? We have one with our logo, right? We'll release that sometime in the future. But I think the next T-shirt idea is the winner is like somehow destroying the loser as the merch, you know? Like there's
Okay.
like a picture of like my face and your face, and like let's say you beat me, you're like I'm thinking like dunking on you, but like we're not playing basketball, right? So it needs to be something else, right?
Yeah.
Um, maybe we'll come with something. Whoever wins gets to choose like how they're like humiliating the other person. You know, maybe I'm like hyper beaming you with like a Chansey or something. Like oh no, we
Okay.
can't use action Pokemon because that'd be copyright. But we'd have to do something here, right?
Yeah, something funny.
Yeah.
I wanna add this on to that.
Actually, you know what
So
I would do?
what?
I would mine would be if I win. It's gonna be me with like beer trim or whatever. I'm holding it. I'm like laughing, and then it's you, fresh shaven, with your
You
beard
like
on the
so,
ground.
so you're like Sweeney Todd or something?
I don't know, something like that. All right, what were you
Um,
saying? I don't know. I'll think of
uh,
something. But you get the general premise, right? Like whoever wins,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
they could like they're like they could just design something of them like owning the other person in some way.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's hilarious. I think we should add to it. I think that whoever the loser is needs to buy at least 5 of those shirts and then need to wear one of them to an in-person Pokemon Go event, whether it's a regional, a
Hmm.
Go Fest, a Safari Zone. They need to wear one of them and walk around and give away the 5 other shirts.
Okay, I like it. I like it. So you
Yeah.
buy them and you give away. We'll do a giveaway. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that'll be cool. Okay, I like
And
that.
people like ask you about the shirt, they're like, "Oh yeah, why is Caleb like boiling you in that pot or something?" You know? Like, "Oh,
Because
well,
he
here
be
you go."
cooking. He's cooking.
Yeah. Hold up, he cooking.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Let him cook would be the tagline.
exactly, exactly. But yeah.
All right, humiliating.
I think it'd be bad. It would suck, right? To like wear a shirt with my shaven face around like Safari Zone for a whole day when there's like 20,000, 30,000 people there.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Ooh, I
People have
can't
so many
wait. I can't
questions.
wait. Yo, March 1st. Let's go.
All
Well, no, it
right.
might not happen March 1st. This is a rolling bet. This is
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
elo at, by the way?
Dude, you already have a head start, I got to tell you.
I mean,
I'm at like 2350 right now.
I honestly I was literally at that like literally a few days ago. You're not actually
Okay.
that far behind. Yo,
Okay.
try the Ultra League team, man. The Pylo? You got Pylo. You got
Yeah.
dust suspend. You got 12
I
million.
I I
What are
have
you
a I
spending
have
this
a
dust? This is about to be like a 20 million dust spending spree soon.
I'm almost to 13 million.
I know.
I have a Pylo from Comet Cup actually.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I do have it.
Yeah. 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 All right. All right. Okay. Well,
We'll see.
give the little ice pick a shot, you know. Anyway, T for the week. There's not really much going on, right?
Not too
Nothing
much.
too controversial. What's the most controversial thing that's happened lately? Not much, right? Just
Mm,
queue times. But like I said, just check out my video. I already have the solution.
it's true. He's
Just gotta
thought of
wait for it.
everything.
I've thought,
Niantic, please.
I've thought of everything. I don't
I'm
know.
trying
I
to think.
might have not, but to my knowledge, I've thought of everything.
Yeah. We before we came into this episode, we knew that the T segment would be a bit tough. So if anyone has any hot takes or controversial things they want us to talk about in the next episode,
Hmm.
we would appreciate the input. But
We
as of right
typically have
now,
tea every week.
it
Unfortunately,
feels
this
like
week we don't.
everything's so
I think,
peaceful.
yeah, that's not a bad thing, right? It's not a bad thing.
It's not.
You
It's
know,
not.
there's always some tea that happens after a regional, and there's a San Diego
Sure.
regional coming up. So
Hmm.
if it's calm and dandy, I'm gonna just do something wild to make some tea happen, I guess, right?
Yeah. So
I'll be
for
like, I'll at the champ of the region, like, yo, I heard this guy spoofed.
just stirring,
Yeah,
just stirring it.
just stir the pot. No,
So how many BMs do you think we'll see in San Diego
I don't know. On stream,
on stream? How many BMs?
two,
Two?
two. I'd
It
say
seems
two.
like we've seen two like almost every regional, right?
I mean, I know what Dodge BM'd Math Magic last time. Did anyone else BM? Not Arlington. Toronto, yes.
Yeah, Toronto they
Brown
were two,
Baller,
right?
and then Matt, and then Wadaj. 2 BMs
Mhm.
there. That's it.
Mhm.
So here's why I say 2. One, I'm accounting for is because I think Wadaj is going to San Diego, so that's a guaranteed lock in right there, right? That's 1 BM right there. And if no one else BMs, I'm there, baby. I'm gonna BM. I'm gonna make
Ooh,
my own
okay.
prediction happen.
All right.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
do you think this would be the third time that Wadaj BMs and then gets knocked out of the tournament right after?
To be fair to Dodge, he did go 0-2 against Axon right after the BM against Math Magic, but he clawed his way through the losers finals to lose to Jangles, but he didn't lose right away. He didn't get like
Okay.
eliminated, but he did get knocked out of
Oh,
lose
okay.
winners finals, yeah. From the
I don't
Arlington
know.
one. But the Toronto one, yeah, it was a little unfortunate for
I'm
Dodge.
just noticing a trend here, like
Yeah, I
we
mean,
see it
honestly,
happen,
I might just go 0-2. I haven't done any practice scrims or nothing.
dude.
Nothing. I did upgrade some of my Pokemon though, so
You only have a couple of days to get ready, dude.
yeah, yeah, a couple days. We'll see. You know me. When I was in Seattle and I was fighting
Dude,
that tournament, I was so underprepared. I never even used that Shadow Swampert before. I had water gun on it.
I'm it all comes down to the person, right? Some people are very like muscle memory oriented. There are three kinds of people, right? They're the Caleb Pangs who
Mhm,
just show up the day of class and there's an exam and they're like, "Oh crap, I didn't like study for this," but they have like such good memory and retention that they're able to just like take the exam and do well, just as well as somebody who studied all night, right? Okay. Then the second group are like the for the battles
mhm,
because I was a teammate of Kim's for a while and she loves to scrim. She scrims constantly, nonstop. She actually, in my mind, she kind of like builds that muscle memory and she favors that over like trying to remember counts, trying to remember matchups. She likes to just experience it over and over. So then she doesn't have to think about it too much. She can internalize other things, right? And then there's a third type of person, which is like Rise. And Rise, he's afraid of scrimming too much. He thinks if he scrims too much, it actually like waters down his ability to like see through the matchup. Because if you scrim more than like a few matches, right, somebody starts bringing things they're not really going to bring in a real
mhm,
matchup. Maybe like the Pilot Swine doesn't have the best matchup against you, but because it's match number 7 of this set of scrims, they bring it. And Rise is like, yeah, that's just not going to happen in real life. So he
mm.
actually limits the scrims, right? So in my
Interesting.
mind, there are three different kinds of people and how they scrim. I don't know. What do you think?
Uh, that's interesting. I never even heard of Rise's strategy. I mean, I think
Yeah,
he plays a lot of PvP in general though, so like he has enough reps with everything to like
sure.
not need it, right? So like in a way,
Mhm.
he's practicing without practicing his teams, right?
Mhm.
I personally think, at least, okay, I guess I can only speak for myself, that if I actually did prep and practice against the meta and stuff like that, I'd be better. I just don't prep. But I think if I did prep, I would do. It's kind of like school, right? Like there's definitely times when I
Yeah.
was in school, I was not a great student, but I would do well on a test. But I know that like if I actually studied harder for it, I would have done better, right? So that
Sure.
might not be the
Sure.
best like example because obviously studying for an actual exam is going to typically help you versus simulating battles may not actually perform as well for the actual battle. But I don't know. It's interesting. I'll do a few scrims and see how it goes. Honestly, I'll probably just battle against some of my teammates, and a lot of them are going, so I'll just be showing my secret tech to them, and I don't mind losing them if it happens. Happens, but
Yeah. The
uh,
chances you get paired are relatively low.
yeah, you say this. Next, I'm paired up against Cindy and Ramberto and Toisel and the right off the bat.
Cindy's going?
Cindy's going. She's in
Oh,
California right
nice.
now. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Actually, yeah, she's staying in the same. Myself, Cindy, and Ramberto and King are all going to be in the same Airbnb. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
There's a lot of
Okay, well
people
there
in
you,
that one too, but yeah, they're going to be there.
I was gonna say talk about a scrim house, dude. You have two former regional champions and worlds competitors in the same Airbnb as you. Come on.
True, true.
Come on.
I don't know if King will scrim with me, but he is there.
I'm sure he would. He can't help it, right? He's
I'll
got
you
a
know what? I thought of it. I thought of the perfect scrim idea for King. Right?
okay.
I'm like, King, we can make this into an exercise competition, right? For every time I beat you, the loser has to do 20 push-ups, right? So then he's like, oh yeah, I'm down. Like, let's play 5 sets, or and we'll just battle, right? Or five battles, right? So then he'll be like, oh yeah, I'm motivated, right? Let's go, right?
You're gaming the
That's
system
how
here.
I gamify it.
Yep.
You know what? Maybe I should see if he'd be down for that. I don't know. I don't want to be. I don't want to try to do like 100 push-ups like the night before, but I gotta be able to take at least like one game off him, right?
Yeah, of course you would. Of course you would. Yeah, I think you should do it. It'd be good.
That'll motivate him because I think if I hit him up and be like, "Yo, King, let's do some," he's like, oh, "Sorry, like I gotta sleep
I'm
early.
just so
I'm
busy,
judging. I'm busy. Yeah." But I'm like, "King, yo, you gotta work out though, right? I mean, I don't think there's a gym in this Airbnb, but we can make it into a competition, right?
dude. I can already tell you he'd go for it.
You go for it,
So
right? I'm
if
gonna
he
vlog it. I'm
listens,
bringing my vlog camera. I'll vlog it. It'll be great.
if he's a faithful Battle Cats listener, he'll know this is coming. But otherwise, you can trick him.
I don't know if he listens or not. I mean, he was a guest
We're gonna
before.
find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out. And hey, okay, anyone that's going to see King in the next few days and you listen to this, don't tell them, right? I know Tostel listens to it and
Yeah,
probably some other people too. But like if you're going to see King, don't give him a heads up, right? We'll see if he's surprised or not.
we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Next thing I know, I'm going to be real sore for the regionals.
Right? You wake up, you like can't lift your arms. Like, oh, how am I gonna tap my phone
It's like,
now?
dude, King just destroyed me in 10 sets in a row. I had to do 200 push-ups last night.
My tapping hands are shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, back in the old tapping days, my gosh, like,
dude.
dude, I was getting, I had like forearm issues, or like no,
No.
I had no, I was no, because I was weightlifting at the same time, and
Oh,
I
okay,
was
okay.
exacerbating one of my injuries because of how much I was tapping. So I started tapping my left hand, which feels very weird.
Oh,
The old tap system feels really weird tapping your left hand. Yeah, I'm glad they
yeah,
got rid of that because I'd be like sweating
yeah,
during some of these battles, right?
yeah.
Because you're already sweating with adrenaline, and you're like,
You had to like beat that button in to get the full
dude,
damage.
yeah. Yeah, you literally, yeah. I don't know how people with like long nails did it. Just were like breaking their nails.
Yeah,
But anyway, I feel like that's about all the talks we got today. So it should be good. I'm looking forward to the Beard Shave stream, GBLA finals, then San Diego regionals,
dude, it's jam packed.
jam packed, jam packed. And then next week we're gonna have some tea because man, look, I'm the tea brew master here. You know, you know.
We'll find something. Something will happen, or if nothing happens, then we'll stir the pot.
Yeah, I'm bringing a big stick to serve big pot if it happens. But anyway, thanks all for tuning in. That'll be it for us. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. I don't even know what 2023 is going to hold for us, but I
Dude,
feel like it's going to be good. 2022 April is when all these regionals and play Pokemon things started happening. It wasn't even a full year of this. And so much has happened. Just imagine what will happen in a full 12-month cycle. Dude.
dude,
And again, episode 100, we got to think about this October. Where are we going? I
I
mean,
know.
the moon's going to be pretty cold either way, regardless of what month it is, what season it is.
I watched that Pokemon Go like season, or excuse me, not season but year recap
Mm-hmm.
for 2022. And just I just want you to think about this, right? And everyone listening as well. Not only do we have our actual full first year of
Mm-hmm.
regionals, which means January till Worlds in August, and then relaunching the season, I guess what, a month or two after that. Not only do we have our first full year of regionals, which is way more stacked than last season,
Mm-hmm.
we also have the Pokemon Go Fest. We have the Safari Zones coming up. We have whatever other events are occurring in the Pokemon world. And then we also have Sylph Battle Towers likely coming back,
Mm-hmm.
and just so many other things that are going on this whole year. It's going to be probably one of the wildest years of our lives
Yeah. Wildest years of our lives so far. So far.
so far.
So far. I can't, and you know what? New T-shirt coming too. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm going
man.
to have the Clippers in the photo.
I can't wait to wear a shirt of Bastiodon getting kicked and punched and beaten by Medicham, Galarian Stunfisk, Swampert, and
See,
Caleb's
this is
face
the
is on
thing.
it.
You can't. This don't phase me. Bastion going to lose those matchups. You need Bastion losing to like an Altaria or like a Swablu, right? That's the biggest. That's the biggest shutdown.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. You don't see me saying, you know what? I'm gonna bring a Bastion into your Altaria, Speedy. Like that's gonna be the shirt. Everyone's gonna be like, oh come on, now we've seen this play out a
Yeah,
thousand
yeah. We know what
times.
that is.
Yeah, you gotta be using like a Clodsire. All poison moves.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us. Wish you all the best. Wish myself the best in San Diego as well. You know, can I say that? Can I wish myself the best?
I think you can.
Yeah.
And if you don't say it, I do. Good luck in San Diego.
Well, I thank you. I thank you. You know,
Yes,
everyone
sir.
bring your Bassy counters because they gonna be there. All right. Have a good one and peace.